Welcome to Viva Magazine Live. I'm your host, Blanca Blanco, and Happy New Year, happy 2026. As we start season 2 of Viva Magazine Live, it has celebrated Latino voices, culture, creativity, and community, and today is no exception. Music has always been more than just sound. It's been a voice for justice, rebellion, love, and truth. Today, we're sitting down with an artist who embodies all of it. A powerful vocalist, a fearless activist, and a performer whose style has been compared to the legendary Jim Morrison. He is the lead singer of the Basics, Los Básicos, a band known not just for their sound, but for their message. Please welcome my guest, celebrity, Lupe Olivarez. Hi, Lupe.
Gracias, Blanca. It's
Yes.
wonderful to be here.
Yes, I'm so glad you were able to make it. I know we've been trying to get this interview together for a while, and so glad it has happened. Lupe, before we dive into the music and activism, I want to start with you personally. Tell us about your roots and where did the music first enter into your life?
Well, I'm a first-generation Mexican-American. Mis padres, my father and my mother, are from Mexico. They met in the early 50s in California, and that's where I was born, in the Southern California, East Los Angeles.
You were born in East LA.
East LA.
Yeah,
And I come from a family of musicians,
Yes.
The Arambulas.
Yes, from your mother's side,
From
correct?
my mother's side, yes.
Uh-huh.
And, as a 7-year-old, after they kind of made it kind of big in Mexico, I saw them for the first time at Teatro de Bellas Artes in Mexico City,
Yeah.
1967, I believe it was 67, 68.
Yeah,
And
that's a beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
Mexico City.
seeing the theater and all the people and everything, and they were my cousins, and that's where the music kind of hit me, you know.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I want to do some of that, you know.
Yes. Yes, and you are a celebrity in your own right as well. I know that your cousins have won the big Mexican musical prize called the Oti. Is that and they went, and that was their entry into
Into show business, yeah, and this was back in the 60s,
Yes.
late 60s.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. But like I was saying, you're a celebrity in your own right. You were in Buscando Estrellas, right? A show like a star search back then.
Well, yes, in the late 80s, early 90s, my band, the Basics, Los Básicos, we were bringing in Chicano rock into the scene, and some of our songs were in Spanish, some were in English.
Yes, well, you are also known as the pioneer of Spanish rock here in Houston. Is that correct? I mean, that you're known as that, right?
Well, I've been credited into opening the doors and in the music venues that were primarily Anglo music venues, and because at the time, you walked up to a venue and you said, "Hey, my band plays Spanish rock."
Right.
They would say, "Oh, we don't want no Latin music."
Right.
Okay, and you go to a Latino venue and you say, "We play Spanish rock," and they would say, "Well, we don't want no rock."
Right.
You know, so there was no places to play, and through our persistent, we were able to break barriers and get into the Anglo clubs such as Rockefeller's, the Satellite Lounge, and all the clubs up and down the Washington Avenue at that time.
At that time. So what made you fuse the two genres together, like the rock and the Spanish, to fuse those two genres together like that?
Well, you know, we as Chicanos, Mexican Americans, we have a dual, you know, we're like two different cultures, you know.
Right.
Our familia is Mexicana, and we're growing up in United States, so we develop a dual life, you know, a Spanish one and an English one. And I wanted to reflect the music that we were doing to who we were, Chicano, Mexican American. So that meant doing bilingual music.
Yes.
We really woke up a segment of the Chicanos in Houston at the time to have pride in being Chicano, right?
Right.
And we also opened doors for the Mexicanos that were coming from Mexico at the time and other countries, so that they can also have pride in their Latino roots, right?
Right.
And rock was was the bridge
Right.
that brought it together. Yeah.
Yeah, but you also went to Mexico for a wedding and you saw them play, remember? I mean,
I saw it. My brother's wedding. It was in late '80s, '89, I believe, and we went. And it was a 2-week ordeal. We
Yes.
partied, and I heard the Spanish rock.
Right.
At the time, it was mainly just in Mexico or whatever the country it was.
Right.
You know, it hadn't come over to United States like today. You'll sell out, 3 shows at the stadium with Maná or something. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, it wasn't that like that.
Nobody knew about it, and so when I came back from that wedding, I told my bandmates, "Hey, we need to do some of these in Spanish because it's really kicking over there
Yeah.
and everything." And they were like, "No."
It just wasn't, you were just kind of ahead of the time. They just weren't ready for it, were they?
So they got shelved for a little while, but at the same time, I was doing theater,
Yeah.
and I did a production of Hamlet in Aztec motif, and it was in Spanish. It was Castilian Spanish at Miller Theater. It was the Shakespeare festival that they do every summer.
Right.
And we got invited. They brought in a director from Mexico City, and I did a lot of theater in the 80s.
And how did you learn that Castilian Spanish? Because it's quite different than Tex-Mex that we speak.
It took a lot of rehearsals.
I bet it did, yeah.
Yeah. So the people at Sugar Hill Studios saw that
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, if you can do these songs in Spanish, man, we'll sign you." And so we did, and we got signed, and we started touring. We did tours. We've
Yeah.
opened for people like Santana and Los Lobos, Los
Yeah.
Lonely Boys. We've opened shows for many of that time.
Yeah,
We're
that-
talking 30 plus years ago.
Of course, yeah. Well, I mean, you did well at the time. I mean, people were like getting into that rock genre, because then the advent of the Beatles came out, and I'm sure that had a little influence on you.
Well, as a kid in the 60s,
Yeah.
on Sundays we'd go to my tia's house, right?
Yeah,
And she had, her daughters were teenagers.
Right.
And they were screaming, and we wanted to see what the hell the screaming was about. It was the Ed Sullivan Show, and I saw the Beatles for the first time. I was only 5 years old, or 1964.
Yeah.
And I saw them, and I went, between them and my cousin, I have to learn how to play guitar. The girls are screaming, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's what they used to do, is like yell and scream, and they'd see these big celebrity stars. And
Yeah.
of course, the Beatles were like, they just,
Phenomenon.
it was like a phenomenon. They came over and Elvis Presley was thrown to the wayside, and
Well, as the Beatles, as I grew, the Beatles grew too, and their
Yes.
music changed.
Right.
And then I turned into a teenager and whatnot, like we all
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And I started, really listening to the '70s rock and that sort of thing. Writing songs didn't come about until mid '80s.
Right, right.
I was in a band called the Killjoys,
Mm-hmm.
and they were writing songs, and then I wrote a song, and it was kind of like a competition, between the songwriter and myself, the other guy.
Yeah.
And hey, I got this, and that's how I got into writing songs.
Yeah,
And
and you figured out, not only were you an actor, but you're also a songwriter and
the time.
a singer, and so you've got a multitude of talents, Lupe.
Well,
That-
lately, in the last 30, 40 years, I love the stage so much that I got into production and
Yeah.
festivals and stage production and all the logistics that it takes.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to get a job at the Houston International.
Yes, and I just got to tell the story about that. You said how you got into it was the stage manager got probably soused.
Yeah.
And
They
you
gave
know,
me the good
and they said,
fortune.
"Here's the
You're on,
clipboard,
buddy."
take over." Right.
But as a young boy, I got to work with a lot of big Grammy award-winning artists,
Yeah, what-
and at a level there.
Phenomenal training for that. Oh my God.
And today I still do that.
Yeah.
I'm one of the directors and organizers of the of the East End Street Festival.
Yes.
I work with other promoters, Dia de los Muertos, Magnolia, Dia de los Muertos downtown Houston, Texas Folk Life, Kings and Queens of Accordion there at the Miller Theater. You have to wear hats.
Yes, different
hats.
And I do appreciate, I want to thank you publicly because you helped me on 2 shows that we produced, the Love of Linda concert. You were there, you were the stage manager, and then we did a little fundraiser for Lucy Salazar, and she's a Elvis impersonator, and you helped us do that. So I want to thank you so much.
Working with you.
Oh, likewise. It was, I mean, you know exactly how a stage runs and how it works, and you're just phenomenal at that. You're so talented. So, I mean, I'm thinking now that we've talked that probably your early influences and not, you know, have been some of those new rock stars that were new at the time that came out, like the Beatles and them, and they influenced you probably not just musically, but personally, did they not?
As the Beatles grew in other bands,
Yes.
and as I grew and paid more attention to lyrics, and I started to see the importance of the lyrics and what the song is trying to say.
Right. I was going to ask you because the Basics have a very distinctive sound. So can you tell me, how did the band come together? How did all of that come about?
Well, I was very fortunate to have met Artie Villaseñor, an amazing guitar player and my best friend for almost 40 years. He passed 6 years ago, I believe.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Broke everybody's heart because he was such a sweetheart and a talented player. And I was lucky enough to meet with him. And he came to see one of my big shows at the Wortham Theater. I was doing theater, you know, and he came to see a show at the Wortham. It was with NBC Channel 2. It was called, I forget the name, but it was about prejudice and prejudice and all this. And I had just gotten fired from the Killjoys, and I didn't have a band. I got fired because I was too popular. They called something, you know.
You were too popular. I've never heard of getting fired for being too popular.
But apparently the other guys were having a problem having dates or something. But so Artie said, "The heck with them. I saw you in the play, and you can be a front man. Let's put this band together." And then we did. We started writing songs together, and it became the Basics because at the time in the 80s, there was a lot of synthesizers.
Yes.
And a lot of synthesizer drums, and they boo, 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 and they sound funny. You know?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, get back to the basics of rock and roll, drums, and guitar, and singing, you know.
Right.
And
the basic band.
So that was the whole thing of the Los Básicos, you know, like.
Let's get back to the basics and playing real music.
Yes, and so that's what the whole thing was.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, Kroger's, they had their very first brand of off name, and they had basic cereal and basic napkins and basic this.
Yeah.
And so you know what, we need to be the Basics, you know.
Yes.
Los Básicos.
Los Básicos. Well, you did really well. That was a great name for the band. And so when people hear your voice, Lupe, they immediately make not always, but do they immediately make a comparison to Jim Morrison? And tell me, how did you come about to receive that comparison? I mean, how do you make your voice stay authentic to you and who you are? Because Jim Morrison was a big figure.
Obviously, growing up in that time era,
Yeah.
And the Doors being from Los Angeles, and me being a kid listening to transistor radio.
Right. I remember the transistor radio.
And,
That was the thing.
Oh yeah, first time I heard Foxy Lady, you know, Hendrix on there, wow, and then the Doors and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a dare. Someone said, you know, your voice has that kind of quality. Why don't you do a tribute? You know, I dare you. And I wasn't really playing in the band at the time. And so we put together a tribute to the Doors. I can only be me. I can only sing as me. I do a study, you know, the influence of his voice.
Yes.
But it's really only for that show.
Right.
When I do my music, it's me, you know, and that's what this whole year I'm going to be at. I'm saying it's my swan.
Yeah.
My swan record. Yes, it's this year. I'm recording my last record. I think it's my last one at 67 now.
I don't think so. I think we have a lot more to go.
And so I'm looking forward to doing some dates in Mexico at the end of the year, 2026. You know, as Bomba Chica. That's my new name for my original music.
Bomba Chica.
Bomba Chica.
Okay.
It means small package, explosive sound.
Yes.
And so that's what we're trying to do. I don't know, before I retire, you know?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to retire anytime soon. In music, you don't ever retire. You'll play till whatever age. But right now, we're going to run a little segment on just for the audience to hear that voice, okay? Just a little piece. We're going to take a break as well. Coming up, Lupe shares how music became a platform for his activism and using how his voice goes far beyond the stage. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Entre la lluvia, mi amor, como la lluvia que cae de la brisa, amor. Mi deseo es poder hablar contigo, pero al pensarlo siempre me confundo. Y al mirar entre tus ojos yo observo tu sonrisa, sobre todo el mar se empieza a borrar. Es como el fuego que cruza entre la lluvia sin parar, como la lluvia que cae entre la brisa de mi amor.
Welcome back to Viva Magazine Live. I'm Blanca Blanco, and we're continuing our conversation with Lupe Olivarez of The Basics. So Lupe, tell me a little bit about the Star Search program you were on called Buscando Estrellas. I bet you that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It was. We won a contest here at the Cullen Theater at U of H in 1991, I believe it was the year. We made the cut, and they flew us to Los Angeles,
yes.
Hollywood, and we were on Buscando Estrellas with Budweiser at
yes.
the time. This was the equivalent of Star Search. It was in the same theater that Ed McMahon did his Star Search, but
yes.
this was Buscando Estrellas. This was on Univision, and it was programmed all over Latin America, all the Latin countries, all
yes.
over the world, actually,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
It was a very popular show back then.
Yes,
yeah.
and after that, that's when we got signed to Sugar Hill Studios,
yeah.
and Música Moderna was the label,
mm-hmm.
the record label at the time.
Right.
Yes.
So you were playing also with many very, very big stars. And who were they?
After we got signed, we were recording. We did go on the road. We did some tours, opened for people like Joe Ely and Ian Moore and people like that.
Yeah. Big celebrities.
Big Texas artists like Edgar Winter,
yes.
the Winter Brothers, you know, from Beaumont. They were big at the time, you know.
Yeah. Back in the.
So yeah, we had some fun.
I bet you all did. I wish I could have been there.
I had black hair back
then. Yeah. Well, it looks good now.
Yeah.
Listen, the other thing I want to talk about it because it's really a big part of who you are is your activism. When did you realize that music could be a tool for social change for you? When did you realize that?
Well, I have my sister to thank for that. My sister Anna, she lives in Berkeley. She's always been an activist. And when we moved from California to Houston in the early 70s, she went to school and she met Daniel Bustamante and Richard Reyes and
Daniel Bustamante puts on Festival Chicano.
Yes.
We interviewed him.
and she became she was a counselor at the beginnings of AMA.
Yes.
And they had theater there, Chicano political theater. And so I was a teenager and I'd hang around with her and it started sinking in how we can express, our activism through the arts.
Right.
And that's how that came about.
And you produced a song, you wrote a song, Los Llantos. Can you tell me about that?
Los Llantos, yes. I was traveling in Mexico back in '94 at the time. And the bus got stopped and the federales took everybody out and I was like, what's going on? And show your passport and this and that. And it turns out that there had been a rebellion in Oaxaca during those days with the Zapatistas, and all over in Mexico they were making sure there wasn't any more rebellion anywhere else. So, and so it kind of like scared me, and then we went to the hotel and we saw the TV and there was all this. There was some scrimmages, some infighting between the Zapatistas and the Mexican government and stuff like that. And so it left a big impression, and I wrote the song Los Llantos. It's about brothers killing brothers, and it's still going on today, you know.
But you decided that you wanted to have this video in black and white. Right?
Yes, the song, the contents of the song is serious, and when I saw it in color, the way it was originally shot, I was like, wow, that just looks too happy.
Yeah.
And and I wanted more of a film grain, and we added some grainish to it and we did the color change, and it really fits the song for what it is.
Yes. Well, many music artists are hesitant to speak out about civil unrest in the world, and back then it was probably even more musicians were hesitant to speak out. What gave you the courage to be vocal like that, and even when you might get some pushback back then, because there was a lot of it?
Yes. Well, you're young and you don't really have a fear at the time, and I really felt strong about the song and that sort of thing. However, in this day and age, in today's present, for my last record, there's some songs that are pretty outspoken about what's happening in today's world.
Yeah. How do you balance being an activist and an entertainer? I mean, do you feel pressure to choose one over the other, or does it just come natural to you?
I think at my age now, everything just kind of flows with what's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't think of it in those terms.
Yeah.
I look at it as subconsciously.
Yeah.
And it kind of embodies everything that one feeds with the other, I think,
Right.
and
That's probably where you get a lot of your inspiration to write songs as well.
to me it has to really really hit me with if it's a love song, or if it's a breakup song, or if it's a political song, or it has to be some truth to it.
Yeah.
So you
have to feel it.
Or live it at the time,
Right.
something like that. And I just kind of let that drive it. I don't try to drive it. I let the emotion drive where it's going.
Right.
I've learned to leave it alone and not change.
Let me move, yeah.
And you
You
what?
just gotta
Just
feel
let
it.
it happen.
Yeah, let it
Yes.
happen. When we come back, we're going to talk more about your legacy. live performances coming up, and what's next for Lupe Olivarez and the Basics of Bomba Chica, so don't go away.
Learning looks like this, and it also looks like
I didn't just study buildings. I connected them with tech to make them smarter.
I'm learning healthcare management while providing patient care.
I worked with these control systems way before I even started the job.
and if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online. So, where do you start?
Welcome back. If you're joining us, I'm Blanca Blanco, and my guest is Lupe Olivarez of the Basics, Los Básicos. Lupe, in your live performances, you're intense, raw, and emotional. So what happens to you internally when you're on stage?
Oh, geez.
I can't even imagine. I mean, you are intense up there. I've watched you.
I let the intensity of the band guide me, and I also feed off of the audience.
Yes.
And you know, I did theater for a long time, all through the '80s. So a lot of my theater training kicks in subconsciously.
Yes.
You know.
Well, you're known for treating the stage like a sacred space. Do you feel spiritual or some emotional responsibility when you perform?
Yes, you know, people come to see the show and they spend money and they're expecting something. And we have to respect that as artists.
Yes.
And it's really not about us, it's about the experience of the people coming to the show, whether it's a theatrical show or a musical show.
Right. So you're very committed to it because you want them to feel, or the audience feel or take something with them after they see the show. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, the actors or artists need to also have a great respect for the space, the stage, and also for the audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I see it. I see it in you when you're performing, and I see it on your face. I mean, you are very intense. I mean, when you need to be, and you're happy when you need to be, and it all shows through your way of movements up on stage.
Realism is the key to communicating with the audience.
Yes.
So
you have to be real. Yeah.
Yes, it's not something that I put on for that time. It's more of, yes, it's me.
Yeah.
However, I need to take you on a trip.
Right.
On a voyage.
Right.
You know, where you can experience the same things.
Experience the basics, right?
Or Bomba Chica, or anything that I'm doing at the time.
Or Lupe Olivarez.
Or if I'm stage managing a show, you know, even in that respect.
That's right.
Yes.
So I was going to ask, and you talked a little bit about that already. What's next for you in the Basics? Well, the Basics has more or less retired, but now you're going on to a new genre called Bomba Chica. Is there any new, you mentioned you have been writing some songs. Are you going to be touring, or any causes that you're going to be focusing on?
So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to all the other productions that I do throughout the year here in Houston, you know.
Well, you've really made an impact, Lupe, and this is Lupe Olivarez. You've made an impact in Houston. You've been a pioneer in music, the music genre here in Houston. And artists like you, Lupe, remind us that using your voice is not just a right, but a responsibility. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Blanca. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on Viva Magazine Live. I'm Blanca Blanco. Until next time, stay inspired, stay informed, and keep the culture alive. Hasta luego, Houston.